Every time one of these things happens, Gabrielle Giffords last year, this shooting here, there's an outrage, and then very quickly it dissipates. The American people quite quickly go back to their normal lives, and they don't demand action in the way that I would expect them to. Why do so many Americans not feel angry enough to demand further gun control?
Well, I would take it one step further. I don't understand why the police officers across this country don't stand up collectively and say, we're going to go on strike. We're not going to protect you unless you, the public, through your legislature, do what's required to keep us safe. After all, police officers want to go home to their families. And we're doing everything we can to make their job more difficult, but more importantly, more dangerous by leaving guns in the hands of people who shouldn't have them and letting people who have those guns buy things like armor-piercing bullets. The only reason to have an armor-piercing bullet is to go through a bullet-resistant vest. The only people that wear bullet-resistant vests are our police officers. And that's true across this whole country. So we should, at some point, we have to understand this as our children or grandchildren or us. But for the police officers, it's much more immediate, because when you and I hear shots, we run away, they run towards it.
With us now, Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel. He is President Obama's former White House Chief of Staff. Good morning.
Good morning.
This change of heart, how sustainable is it? Will it lead to meaningful action? And is meaningful action a ban on the assault weapons and more?
Yes. Yes to all those. Second, you have to deal with the clips. And third, you also have to deal with the straw purchases, which are how guns flood into urban and other areas. Because the Brady bill that deals with at stores and at regular kind of merchants, almost 40 to 50% of the guns are done through straw purchases, and you must cover and deal with that kind of where guns seep into the rest of society.
I want to ask you, though, about what led us to this point, because as you pointed out, the assault weapons ban expired in 2004. You were President Obama's chief of staff. And in 2009, according to Danny Kleidman's book, Killer Capture, you were furious with Attorney General Holder, who held a press conference in February of 2009 saying that the Obama administration was going to push the assault weapons ban, and that you went and said to the chief of staff, sent word to Justice that Holder needed to shut up on guns.
First of all, it's a book. Let me say this, Nora. President Obama always stood for getting this done, number one. Number two, I passed the Brady bill, the assault weapon ban. It is very, very important that we do that. The fact is, in 2009, the president and the entire government was very clear, as this Attorney General knows, in getting all the president's legislation done and working with Congress to do that.
But I want you to explain that, because were you worried about the political backlash of taking on and pushing for the assault weapons ban? Why didn't Obama do that?
No, because, well, first of all, the president's record is very, very clear on this. It's clear when he was a state senator. It was clear when he was also a U.S. senator. It was clear as also as president. And he was dealing, as you well know, with a myriad of issues, and he was pushing very hard and making sure also that we had the funding to do everything we needed to do in the Justice Department. Look, let me say this, Nora. President Obama always stood for getting this done. Look, let me say this, Nora. President Obama always stood for getting this done. Number two, I passed the Brady bill, the assault weapon ban. Number two, I passed the Brady bill, the assault weapon ban.
Columbine. As a human being.
How many more?
You! Demand it! Columbine. As a human being.
How many more?
You! Demand it!